The biggest challenge of running is starting the run. Once you start running, it feels doable no matter how hard it is. I have ran over 400 plus kilometers in past 1.5 years, but still I am inconsistent. Reason lack of willpower or motivation. Habit tracking apps never worked for me. I think it makes you think that you are the problem and gives you hope that you can still build a habit if you keep using their app. And good widgets are very rare. I have this running widget by Strava. I added this so that when I see it, it should give me motivation to start. But as you can see, it is not doing that. That's why I built my own widget in Essential Playground. Let me show you how it works. After you complete your run, you can tap on the circle to enter the number of kilometers you ran, and the circle fills up with this cool wave animation. The target is set for 30 kilometers by default. Each square on the right side represents 1 kilometer each. When you hit 30k, a confetti congratulates you and everything resets to 0. Does it work for me? I can only tell you in the long term. For now, let me show you my thought process behind it. Initially, I thought of making a month calendar in place of that grid to track the track for each day. But the design challenge like 28 days for February and different months with different number of days. How could I manage the aesthetic for that? A widget should look beautiful. It will be on your home screen. So I don't want to compromise on the design. I also believe a widget should be essentially made for one specific purpose. Making it to multiple things is overwhelming, like streak tracking on one hand and goal tracking on other. It is just too much. That's why I decided to go for the grid system. You would ask, what's the point of this when the goal is already being tracked by the circle? Yeah, both circle and grid tracks the goal, and that's the point. It is inspired from this transparent luck. The Tsar has 1000 rupees, but it is accumulated with 100 coins of 10 rupees. Just like each coin matters, each kilometer counts. That's why every square in the grid represents 1 kilometer. So you don't reach the goal of 30 kilometers in one go. It's the collection of tiny runs, the tiny 1 kilometers that accumulates over time. As I said, each kilometer counts. In a streak tracker, if you miss a day, you lose the ultimate goal, that is maintaining the streak. Once broken, you procrastinate until you feel like starting another streak. But when I see this widget in the evening, I feel like go run because as small as 1 kilometer also counts. And even when you miss a day, the goal is still there waiting for you, solving the challenge of starting the run. I wanted some kind of visual cues that triggers me to go for a run. When I complete it, it feels rewarding. Don't get me wrong, you feel good when you go for a run. That last 100 meters hits different, and that's the actual reward. This widget directs you to go for that reward. Running is the reward. Peace.